Welcome to Leader Lifestyle Hub. As we have set the target of completing 200 book summaries in the entire year, here comes the book number 192. The name of the book that we have today is The Sleep Revolution, written by Arianna Huffington. Without any delay, let us see the information about Arianna Huffington. Arianna Huffington is a Greek American author, syndicated columnist, and businesswoman. So she is related to, she got the award for Glamour Award for the Visionary, and she founded 3 organizations: Thrive Global, Huffington Post Media Group. So let us see the top 3 lessons from this book from author. So let us see the target audience and the top 3 lessons from this book. Target audience: the 12-year-old who sleeps less than 9 hours she needs each night because school starts early. The 43-year-old working wife who is rarely in the mood, and anyone who thinks sleep is for losers. Let us see the small synopsis. The sleep revolution paints a grim picture of Western sleep culture, but not without extending a hand to school kids, students, working professionals, and CEOs alike by offering genuine advice how to stop wearing sleep deprivation as a badge of honor and finally get a good night's sleep. Let us listen from the author herself, Arianna Huffington. By helping us keep the world in perspective, sleep gives us a chance to refocus on the essence who we are. So if you want to lead a life to understand who we are and what you need to do, sleep will give you a chance to refocus. If you have not heard Arianna Huffington's story about how she shattered her cheekbone because she suddenly fall asleep, check it out. It marks the beginning of this book. Ever since, she has been dedicated to changing our perspective on sleep and stopping that I need less sleep than you madness. Over 30% of Americans get less than 7 hours of sleep each night, and in a lot of industries, consulting, investment banking, especially software currently, a lack of sleep is considered cool and productive. Yet, across the board, more sleep leads to better results. Remember this, more sleep leads to better results. For young kids in school, for students in college, for working professionals, and for CEOs, for lovers, for athletes, for artists, whatever, whoever it may be. More sleep leads to better results. In case you are part of those 30% who feel less sleep is more productive, I hope these lessons will turn you over to the sleep side of the force. I have written quite a few blog posts about sleep. My own is not perfect. I am also not having proper sleep, but it's well above average. I appreciate that Arianna Huffington made this her message to the world. I think it is an important cause and it deserves to be studied, shared, implemented, and spread. And if you know you're not getting enough sleep, or even worse, still think, yes, sleep is a waste of time, then this book is definitely for you. Let us see the top 3 lessons that we can take action towards the sleep revolution. Here are the 3 lessons from the sleep revolution. Your sleep deprivation has probably started in your childhood already or your past experiences. The second one is sleep next to your partner every time you get a chance. And the third lesson is use flux to avoid interrupting your melatonin production at night time. Ready to take a nap? Hold on. A few more minutes and you will get the most of it. Lesson number 1. You have been deprived of your sleep since you were a kid. I hated getting up 6 a.m. in the school. Hated it. Especially when I was studying my SSC I used to wake up at 4 a.m. I used to sleep at 11 p.m., 11:30 a.m. From 4 a.m. to 11 a.m., my school was conducting tuitions, classes, lot of things. I was not able to sleep also. I had to take the bus to school every morning. In my case, I used to go by cycling, which took an half an hour and was always there way too early. No matter how early I went to bed night the night before, I was always tired. Did your school life look similar? Getting up early, needing a while to get there, and then ending up there early. If so, chances are these started wiring you off for sleep deprivation because forcing kids to wake up early disrupts their circadian rhythm. In 1998, Brown University conducted a research among 3,000 high school students and found those who started school earlier than 7:30 a.m. fell into deep sleep within 3 minutes. If they took them out of the class at 8:30 a.m. and evaluated how sleepy they were, this usually only happens to people with narcolepsy. So, what was the research? Who started school earlier than 7:30 a.m. fell into deep sleep within 3 minutes, and if they take the research of 8:30 a.m. out of class at 8:30 a.m., evaluated how sleepy they were. Experiment across various schools and university all leads to the same result. If school starts later, the children do better across the board. So if the schools start early, the children's performance is less, and if schools starts lately, the children's performance got increased. I remember learning that school starts later, usually 8:30 a.m. or sometimes even 9 a.m. in the UK, and envying the kids over there. This still holds true, so don't feel bad for letting your kids get some quality sleep. Shut eye, even if it means skipping first period sometimes. They will be healthier and won't suffer from chronic sleep deprivation later. So make sure that your kid has proper sleep before going to school. Let us move on to the lesson number 2. If you have a partner, sleep next to them. The benefits of sleeping right don't stop at productivity, but also extend to your relationship. A 2014 study or research among 1,000 people found that couples are happier if they sleep next to each other, have body contact while being asleep. But it does not just matter whether you sleep next to your partner or in separate beds altogether. How close you are matters too. 85% of those who slept less than an inch apart reported to be happy in their relationship. This percentage kept decreasing the further apart people slept. So, if you and your partner usually sleep quite far apart, give more moving closer a try and see if it makes you happier and sleep better. In the end, the latter is still most important. So, if you can't just feel asleep while hugging, don't feel bad for sleeping back to back as usual. In fact, women's sex drive is directly connected to how much deep sleep they get. Each extra hour leads to a 14% mojo increase, and we all know sex is both fun and healthy. Let us move on to the lesson number 3. Install f.lux. Install f.lux to avoid suppressing your melatonin production at night. One of the best ways to spend more quality time with your partner at night is to ditch electronics after a certain time each day altogether. But depending on where your nighttime habits sit right now, and that might be a bit of stretch. The least you can do is if you wind down using electronic devices at night is to install f.lux. And I can show you that f.lux in my laptop also. I have installed it. So Flux is the app that you can install in your laptop. You can see the preferences where you can set the daytime, sunset, bedtime, so that your screen will be dimmed accordingly. So like that, you can set your convenience melatonin flux. It is an app that tints the color of your screen in sync with the sunset and sunrise. So whenever the sun sets, your screen color turns a more reddish color. Why does that help you sleep? You might have a question this. Why does making a reddish screen helps you sleep? By removing the blue part of the spectrum from the light your screen emits at night, your body stops suppressing its melatonin production. What is melatonin? Melatonin is a hormone that makes you sleepy, and the glands that secrete it automatically active at dusk, means dim light. However, blue light is characteristic of daylight. Currently, what we are experiencing is a daylight. It is all the experience of blue light. So if you keep staring at a screen with lots of blue light at night, this signals your body that it is still daytime and it won't start producing melatonin. So if you want to have a sleepy moment or sleepy environment, you need to dim your night screens. By using flux, you get the best of the both worlds. Your body will power down and you can still browse around online before bed. If you have a habit of watching mobile, watching laptop in the late nights, use the flux so that you can easily adjust your body according to the screen light and your body radiations will be in control. Note, iOS finally introduced this feature with iOS 9 as well. It's called night shift and will do the same thing Flux does on your iPhone or iPad. Even there is a setting called night shift in our settings. The iMac night shift options are there. You can also set that night shift options where you can dim your screen with less warm, high warm, one more warm, like this. So this is the way you can change your system settings. If you have iPhone or iPad, you can use that night shift or you can use the Flux. So use the Flux app in mobile as well, it is there, as well as in the laptop also it is there, where you can, if you want to use in the night time, this will help you to generate the melatonin and get sleep in the earlier time. So let us see the three things that we have seen. Your sleep deprivation has probably started in your childhood already. Might be it has started with your past experiences, but your sleep is most important for getting more productivity. And sleep next to your partner every time you get a chance, because it makes you happier and healthier. And the third one is use flux to avoid interrupting your melatonin production at night. So melatonin production is more important, which helps you more sleep and more energetic. So this is the all the three lessons from the sleep revolution. Sleep gives us a chance to refocus on the essence of who we are. So have at least 6 to 7 hours of sleep each and every night. If you are sleeping around 10 to 11, make sure that you sleep up to 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. If you are sleeping around 12 or 1, make sure at least you wake up at 6 a.m. So at least you have 6 to 7 hours. If you have the more sleep, and more sleep will leads to the better results, and it is also healthy, happy, and you will work more effective if you have than you have less sleep. So it is for everyone, not for only one small kids. It is for everyone. More sleep leads to better results. So use this flux today and see how it is changing your experience of nighttime, and have some nighttime habits like reading a book or having a dinner before 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. like that type of nighttime habits, so that you will get proper sleep and I'm also trying to implement them, means implementing now and then. We'll see how it is going to bring the revolution in the sleep as well as in our lives. Thank you so much. See you in another book summary. Until then, stay connected, keep progressing, and share your sleep nighttime habits